Hi, everybody. Welcome to the episode of In the School Parking Lot. My name is Paul. I'm your host. What is In the School Parking Lot? Well, I've been teaching high school since 1989 in beautiful California. And April of 2021, the principal at the high school I was teaching at in Placer County, California, said, "Hey, Paul, I hate to tell you this, but you got to leave Jesus Christ in the parking lot. You know, you and I are Christians, and I know it's hard to hear, but you got to leave Jesus Christ in the parking lot." And I said to him, "Did you tell all the gay teachers to take down their pride flags?" "No, that's different." "Did you tell all the BLM?" Remember, that was a rage back in 2021. That was an awesome group. "Did you tell all of them to take down their flags?" "No, it's different, Paul." And then the same man becomes HR director on October 6th, 2021. He actually said to me, "Paul, I don't care about your First Amendment rights. You have to get off social media. You're an embarrassment to yourself, the school, the principal, and you're triggering people. So you need to get off social media." And the union said nothing. And therefore, on October 15th, 2021, I have been retired. Except I'm working at a great charter school. I don't mention charter school's name because I don't represent the charter school when I do these In the School Parking Lot episodes. So what is it? I find stories about schools, primarily K through 12 around the United States, and I found one for us. And being a high school band director for 30 plus years, it seems to fit. This was May 20th of this year. Watertown band members play LGBTQ plus history song banned by the school board. And this is by Sam Kramer, Fox News, Milwaukee. So I'm just going to read it to you. Here's the brief. Watertown High School Wind Symphony members performed A Mother of a Revolution, quote, "A Mother of a Revolution," unquote, at a community event after the school board removed it from their spring concert. Bullet point 2, the song by composer Omar Thomas, who happens to be gay, black man, is dedicated to Marsha P. Johnson, a black transgender woman and LGBTQ plus rights movement leader. And the third and final bullet point for the brief, Emmanuel Evangelical Lutheran Church hosted the non-school sanctioned performance, and the composer Omar Thomas flew in to conduct it. Okay? So I'm just going to read to you, and I have the article and other articles in the description. This is a pretty good story to cover. A song pulled from the Watertown High School Wind Symphony Spring Concert was performed Wednesday night at a community concert that drew a line outside Emmanuel Evangelical Lutheran Church. What we know. Days before the concert, the Watertown Unified School Board voted to remove the piece of music entitled A Mother of a Revolution from the program. One board member called it indoctrination. The song has no lyrics, but has generated debate in the town of Watertown. The issue dates back to October, when the Wind Symphony director sent a letter to parents in line with the district's quote-unquote controversial issues in the classroom policy. Omar Thomas composed the song. It should be a piece of music song you sing. Anyway, Omar Thomas composed the song in 2019 to honor LGBTQ plus activist Marsha P. Johnson and the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots. Johnson, a black transgender woman, became a leader of the gay rights movement. What were they saying? Quote, "And even when times are hard, us as a band community are going to show up to them," said Sarah Goldner, West Allies Frank Lloyd Wright Intermediate School Band Director. Should be West Allis, Allis. So I'm sorry. Watertown students, including Clayton Fleece, were set to learn about music as activism. I'm going to read that sentence again, everybody. Watertown students, including Clayton Fleece, were set to learn about music as activism. Why is my question. Why are we learning music as activists? I'm so glad they put that sentence in here. I wish we performed it. You know, the meaning of the piece, it is what it is. I don't really care if you agree with it or not. We worked on it not to support the message, the student Clayton Fleece said. We worked on it because it was technical. And the school board taking that away last minute is just really frustrating. The backstory. At a May 12th special meeting, the school board voted to pull the song from the spring concert. And that I have to be honest, that bothers me a little bit. I don't know if I really want school board members to have that much say in what I'm going to have the kids perform. However, I get it. That makes me feel uncomfortable. Waterton School Board Vice President Sam, can't say his last name, Oweneel. Oweneel. Anyway, he's a board vice president. He said, "This is a perfect example of what everyone sitting at this table ran on, which was ending indoctrination in classrooms and ending radical curriculum." Okay. He ran on it. Elections have consequences. Big picture view. It's an interesting way to write an article. On Wednesday, with the church filled to capacity, interesting to have public schools performing in a church, Omar Thomas flew in to conduct the song. It was played by a coalition of musicians, including some members of the high school wind symphony. When you look at the picture, you're going to see some really old-looking high school kids. Omar Thomas said, "This piece is about a mother of revolution who started a mother of revolution." And then the article says the concert was not an official school event, and some students chose not to participate. And in this sense, that takes a lot of courage for today's high school students to say no to an LGBTQ plus event. It takes a lot of courage for the United States of America's students to say no to an LGBTQ plus event. That takes a lot of courage. A live stream of the performance had more than 3,000 viewers. One parent said that attention likely would not have happened without the school board's decision. Oh, so now we're going to blame the school board for 3,000 viewers. And then there's a letter from to the parents about the piece in the article, and I would read that if I were you. That's the end of the article. There's other articles that I'm not going to read verbatim because it bores you when I do that. Wisconsin board screams at parents after banning student band from playing piece referencing Stonewall. That's a great headline. What's another headline? Another headline would be Waterton students skip band piece, but composer will conduct a performance May 20th. There's a really strong one I'm trying to find for you. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. Waterton's homophobic school board bans band students from performing song tied to LGBTQ history. That's a no bias in an article. So here's my take on it. Why are you doing pieces of music as activism? And then telling us things haven't changed. I'm not indoctrinating the students at all. But we are going to do this piece that happens to be about, I don't know, gay issues. And that's okay, I guess. I don't understand. Here's the other thing. What I'm trying to do right now for you is find the high school band director's name. High school band director. Here it comes. It's coming, I hope. We'll see. Because here's the interesting thing with this guy. He is hardly ever mentioned in any of these articles. Okay, Reed Ledoux. This is May 8th. Did the band director follow policy with the song selection? Waterton High School band director Reed Ladew, L-A-D-E-W, said in a phone interview that he followed the school's policy. Here we go, Mr. Ladew. As a fellow band director, there's thousands of pieces you could do. You purposely picked this piece because you wanted to do a piece about activism. That's what one of your students said. Why did you do that? You put your students in the position to be making this statement that they didn't have to make. I don't mind a college doing that piece. I don't mind anybody doing that piece. But high school, you, Mr. Ladew, put those kids in an awkward position. And as a man who's done that job that you get to do, it's a blessing to be a teacher. Your student said that you were doing music as an activist. Activism. Not cool. Mr. Ladew, have you seen your school's report card per se? And I would ask all the students that were doing the activism as far as that piece goes, your school's reading proficiency. The state average of Wisconsin, sir, 38% reading level. 38% of the students are reading language and at proficient level. Waterton High School, approximately, Mr. Ladew, 24% of students are reading proficient, which is lower than the state average. Your school has about 1,087 students. Of course, I'm looking online right now. Here's the summary of what I found. While there is some variation in reported percentages, 24 to 40%, the most recent public school review data shows Waterton High School's reading proficiency is at 24%, well below Wisconsin's 38% average. Nietzsche and the U.S. News figures are slightly higher, 34 to 40%, but all indicate the school's reading performance lags behind the state benchmark. Anybody in Watertown, why are you not protesting your child's poor reading scores? I didn't even want to look at the math scores. But we need your students to be able not just to read music, but to read history, to read documents, to read classic literature. They can't, what does it say? 66% can't do that at Mr. Ladew. Let's do some activism on that. To students around the nation, why are you not protesting that? You go out and you protest other things like LGBTQ or ICE, but you don't protest for better education, better test results, to be able to read at the grade level that you're at, to do math at the grade level you're at. And I'm also seeing things that say we have lowered expectations, hoping that you would raise to the lowered expectations. To each his own, I guess, Mr. Ladew, and to the LGBTQ plus community, I don't think high school kids need to be activists. I think they need to be readers, mathematicians. They need to know what our government is based on, how our civics works. They can't do that if they can't read. There's other things to think about, Mr. Ladew, than having your students play music that is in an activist sense. I think we play music because it's beautiful. I don't think we should be teaching them to do music that is activist in nature. And again, that's based on what one of your students said. Thanks a lot for watching this, everybody. Please, we have a Venmo account and a PayPal account. Needless to say, I'm losing friends left and right doing this. I'm finding out who my real friends are, and I'm always ready to make more friends. Please press the like button and share this important video. Waterton High School Band, God bless you. And from California, I love you. You should be doing music because it's beautiful, not because it is activism. I think that's okay.